The government can't censor you in this country because we have a constitution. But private companies can, even though they're tax subsidized.
Correct. And they're using an infrastructure that was paid for by the
Tax
taxpayers. I actually write books, and my second one came out roughly 3 months ago. Basically, the series is called The Jericho Files, and it's about a psychic who hunts and stalks serial killers. There are some very explicit kill 'em up death scenes in there, and my friends called it gore porn, but what do they know? And so far, it's got 4 to 5 stars on Amazon. You should probably check it out, and it is print on demand. But if you're one of those guys that can't read like me, or you're just too lazy to read, we're gonna have audiobooks coming out soon. So in the meantime, click on the links in the description and go enjoy your own gore ornpay.
I was going to wait until you're done with the orange juice.
It's all right, we can do it now.
Get your orange juice.
Get my own. I'm not going to Tim Hortons.
No, fuck it, Tim Hortons.
Look at that line.
Oh,
I'm
what
going to
the
wait in
fuck?
that line for a little fucking thimble of orange juice.
F that.
Fuck no.
Fuck that.
I gotta suck a dick.
Suck a dick. Speaking of dicks, ride and roast. 2 dicks in a car.
2 Richards in a
2
car.
Richards. Richards in a salad.
But using the English naming convention, Richard shortens to Dick.
Private Eye. Dick Tracy.
I'm going to talk about my the meat sack that dropped me into the world.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. Huh?
All right, just a quick one.
It's a quick one. It's
All
a
right,
quickie.
so I own a house. I bought this house as my divorce was getting finished in 2007.
And you have a pretty good idea of its layout if you've seen the short film Purple Heart's Final Beat.
Yes. So at the same time, I find out, while I'm going through this divorce, I find out that my, maternal unit is getting evicted from her house because she mortgaged it up to 110% of its value and could no longer make the payments. Yeah, and she did, and she did exactly what I told her not to do. She started her own business and financed it with credit cards. She bought all this shit to fix it up with credit cards, and literally 4 years later, her house is gone. And and I refinanced her house when I first got out of college. That's a good price of gas. And she owed $8,000 on it, and she had $32,000 in credit card debt. I rolled that into the payment of the house, so she had no credit card debt. And I said, Ma, don't do that again. You can pay this house off by the time you retire, and then get a second and do one of those mortgages where they pay you a monthly stipend to, as you retire. Nope. But
I'm waiting for it.
She fucking did it again. Ran up the credit cards and fucking, just lost the house. So, long story short, she moves into my house. And as I'm doing the work on the house, she is just being an absolute ungrateful fucking cunt. She's wanting to tear down walls and do all kinds of horse shit. Yeah, because she saw it on, one of those goddamn
HGTV.
Yeah, DIY remodel or whatever it is they do.
Oh, I have to listen to everything that those 2 twins say because they have tools in their hands and I find them scrumptious.
All right, so check this out. So I look at her calendar. I pick out a date. I'm like, okay, in 6 weeks, I'm coming here with 2 squads of grunts, and we're going to move you out of this house. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. So.
I would call that advance notice.
Yes. So go time comes. I have 13 mooks on site. And look, when you move somebody, you show up to move boxes, furniture, heavy shit. You're not there to pack them up.
Oh boy, I already know where this is going.
So I specifically told her, you better be packed up. I show up on go day, not a goddamn thing packed up. Nothing.
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 Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Wow.
So I'm not fucking around anymore. I'm done. I am not going to insult I went to Iraq with these guys.
Yeah.
I am not going to insult them by having them pack up my mother's bullshit. What do?
Ooh.
Dump it all on the floor. Everything. In 45 minutes, I had every piece of furniture out of that house. Basement to the second floor. And I had it, basically in, maybe it's an hour and a half. I had it in the other house, everything. And I refused to pack one bag, one box. I left everything in pyramid piles on the floor.
She had 6 weeks to pack it up. I would call that fair play.
Yes.
That is not a dick move.
And like she knew she was getting evicted, 60, 70 days prior to that.
So she had 6 weeks plus the 60 to 70 days eviction notice?
Correct. So now I'm the bad guy.
You're the bad guy.
I dumped everything on the floor.
How dare you?
And she comes there. You have to help me pack up. I look her in the face. I go, I will not. I am not. You've had all this time. You didn't do it. As far as I'm concerned, throw it all away.
You're a seamstress. Make your own clothes. Wah.
So my sister, and some of her friends show up there, and they're bringing back boxes and garbage bags full of crap. And then it gets to a point where it's so much shit. My house is starting to look like one of those hoarders. So then, I'm throwing shit away. and she's throwing this huge fit over it. I'm like, look. I'm like, listen.
What if I need that? That's like the hoarder's mantra.
Oh my God. And you're absolutely correct. I heard that so many times.
What if I need that? When was the last time you used it? That's what I thought.
It was just such a nut roll. And a lot of these guys that I'd gone to Iraq with are pull me aside and they go, Pop, I'm shocked that you're not a raging alcoholic. Because I couldn't take that shit.
You don't have a drinking problem.
I have problems, so I drink.
There is a difference.
This is the hell that is my life. So here we are.
Wow.
Yeah, a decade later, and now I live in another house because I can't live in that house with her. But here it is.
Here's the rub without the tub.
I have my kids 3 weekends a month. I told her, look, Mom, when my kids show up, I'll give you $100 to cover incidentals, food, what have you. All right, and I'm paying my youngest daughter $10 an hour to work in her shop 6 hours a week. So I'm effectively subsidizing $560 a month to her. And I refinanced that house to cut $200 off the payment and paid $2,200 out of my own pocket to make that happen.
Wow.
And there's no gratitude whatsoever. None.
It's not like you helped her out or anything.
Oh yeah,
right?
no.
Well, I'm making the payments.
I'm nasty and I'm the bad guy because I have standards. When I say shit, I fucking mean it.
Oh, don't you know, men are not allowed to have standards.
Yeah.
No,
And
no.
I'm immune to her gaslighting because she's done it to me my entire life.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like the boy who cried wolf. Sooner or later, it's just whatever.
Literally, right before I came to this filming, she was trying to pull that bullshit. I'm like, Mom, who the fuck do you think? I'm not a teenager. I know exactly what went down, so shut the fuck up. Yes, I talk like that to my mother. I know it's disrespectful, but you have not grown up around that woman, and you, in my opinion, you have no opinion. And you can tell I'm spun up now. I'm just...
You're spun up. Well, I mean, she has your army haircut, so you can kind of trick yourself into thinking you're yelling at a dude.
No, it's and she's got this weird thing in her head where it's got to be done now. So she'll ask me to do something, and I'll be like, okay. I start doing it, And then it turns into, can you do this? And then she adds more and more shit on. You know, what the fuck is going on here?
And chicks love to blame men for the instant gratification culture. No, 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 no. It was created for women by
What the
men.
fuck, dude? The dude just really parked his truck in the street to go into the fucking gas station. What a dumbass.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Dude, I so want to... I'm at the point where I just want to punch people in the face.
It's been a morning for Popp.
It's been a morning. And, like, I call him. I'm like, yeah, I'm running late. You know, I had to deal with a fucking situation at home. You know, and like, here it is. So, you know, I drove fucking all that time to come see my kids for 5.5 years, right?
Yeah.
So my youngest daughter will be done with high school in roughly a year and a half. So by the time she's done with high school, I've literally been living out of a backpack, sleeping on that goddamn couch for almost a decade. Almost a decade.
It's rough.
Yeah. No appreciation, man. No appreciation.
None.
None. No gratitude. Not a lick of it. And you know what? I'm getting fucking tired of it.
Well, at the end of the day, family's family, but family is also made up of people, humans, evil hairless monkeys.
Wow.
And it doesn't matter how close your blood ties are. You know,
Listen,
shit happens.
you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. All right?
And you can't pick your friends' noses.
Now, listen, I try
Or
to...
your friends' asses. That'd be weird.
I'm trying to do the right thing and do right by my mother.
Do it.
I mean, because the oldest son, that's the way it rolls.
Yep.
But let me tell you, you know, I am seriously considering, when my youngest finishes high school, selling that house and just washing my hands of everything.
Can't
And just
I
say,
blame
look,
you.
take care of yourself, do something, go live in assisted living. I am there, man. I'm totally there.
Well, let it never be said that gratitude is not unappreciated.
Oh my God.
I know the feeling, man. After my dad passed away, I had to, you know, I did everything that I had to do to make sure that my mom did not lose her house. Moved friends in, paid the rent that was above and beyond the mortgage of the house to where she basically didn't have to worry about money at all for several years. And then when the time came, and I was, you know, like, hey, you cool? You know, like, as long as you're copacetic, I can move out, you know, be an adult.
Didn't she get remarried, though?
No, she did not. They're living in sin.
Oh, wow.
But he's a good dude. They've been together for a long time.
Did he help out, or he wasn't in the
Oh,
picture?
yeah. He's living there. He's taking care of the bills and all that stuff. She takes care of her stuff. And she
good.
was always appreciative. So
Yeah.
it was never, you can't do that, this is my house, even though at that point I was paying for it. It was always very much a give and take. And I'm not the kind of person who's just going to start doing shit to the house and expect somebody to deal with it. You know, like, knock down walls. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds great. How you want to do that? Well, since it's your house. Oh, you want me to pay for it, don't you? No.
Yeah, like like the house I have, it's got a galley kitchen. It's not a big kitchen. It's,
Well, it's, you know, like Berkeley, Royal Oak area.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, all the houses in that area seem to think that just because they have a second floor, every room on every floor needs to be a fucking shoebox. And the kitchens are always like, you know, it's just like real skinny little walkway with some cupboards and shit on either side.
Yeah,
You barely have enough room for a refrigerator.
but this house originally was built in like 1905. It was one of the original houses in this city of Berkeley. And then there was 2 additions added on over the years. I went and looked at the plat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That room where you self-delete in Purple Heart looked like it was an add-on. It did not look
Yes.
like it was part of the regular house.
It's like it's supposed to be like a study or something.
Yeah.
But it's turned into a bedroom now for one of my nephews, who also assists her in paying her mortgage. And you know, he's on the spectrum. He's a character, but you know what? I mean, he says he means what he says what he means, and he means what he says, and I respect that.
That's good.
I only had to put my hands on that kid one time when he was laying around for a year after he graduated without a job, and he moves into that house. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
No, we're not having that. I went full drill sergeant on his ass.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. My name's Melanie. How can I help you?
Hello, Melanie. I just need a large orange juice. Is that possible?
A large orange juice is going to be $2.75.
$2.75. Outstanding. I'll take it.
Go ahead and pull forward.
All right.
At least you didn't ask him for a hash brown, because you know they.
I know they're not going to make you goddamn hash. Yeah. Fucking dumbasses. So back to the gratitude thing. Yeah. And like my mom is like in her mid-70s. So this is not just to the Gen Z or Gen X's or whatever. I mean, it goes back to the boomers. And like my mother was a huge feminist, right?
Yeah, from the Gloria Steinem generation.
It has totally fucked her life up.
Well, I mean, she maxed out credit cards and put herself balls deep in debt twice.
Yep.
As an adult mom.
Yes. And the minute you bring it up, like, oh, he's rubbing it in my face. I'm just
well, you
stupid.
haven't fucking learned from your mistakes.
I know.
Of course I'm going to rub it in your face.
You know, I'm just stupid, right? I'm like, actions speak louder than words.
If the shoe fits.
And I'm pretty sure she's done the same thing again, except she doesn't have any assets. So when her life implodes, they come after her, there's nothing they could do to her. She doesn't own anything. There's no way I was going to put her name on that title of that house. No way. You
definitely couldn't have refinanced it to get a lower payment if her name was on the house.
No, hell no.
Not with that credit history.
No. Yeah, she had to do a bankruptcy, or a company had to do a bankruptcy. I mean, oh my God. You just want to talk about just train wreck after train. I mean, who keeps giving her the trains to keep wrecking? When does somebody go, hey, you have train wrecked 3 fucking trains, we're done?
Yeah, habitual car crashers really shouldn't be allowed behind the wheel, right?
Yeah. Oh, you crashed your car 3 times in 6 months? Of course.
Hey, seriously.
We're going to give you another one. Dumbasses.
I know people like that. A friend of mine crashed 3 cars, totaled them, before the age of 21.
Yep, and they'll just give him another one.
And driver's licenses are not an inalienable right. You need to, be tested and whatnot, and then getting a driver's license is a privilege. So if you crash 3 cars before you're 21, wouldn't you say you abused that privilege?
Thank you for the large diabetic coma. When we talk about these women, as they get older, the divorcees, they wind up in poverty. I've seen it. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I just can't believe someone can make the same mistakes over. It's a form of insanity.
Yeah. But I was saying about the driver's license thing, that potentially is something deadly. If you keep allowing that person to keep buying cars, have a license after they've wrecked 3 cars before they're 21 years old.
Yeah, sooner or later, that dude's going to have a bingo and wind up a vehicular homicide.
It's inevitable at that point. By the time you've crashed your 3rd car, if you have not learned that lesson...
Yeah, pull his ticket, you're done.
Yeah.
Walk. Take the bus. Let somebody else drive you. Uber.
Yeah, but for some reason, that person needs to be able to do this and do that, buy a car, blah, 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 blah. Never mind the fact that people could potentially be in danger.
They could die.
But now, this is just happening this morning. I found out about this. The federal government wants to vet the National Guard troops
that are
going
this.
in there.
Yeah.
To make sure that there's no Trump supporters in there.
Yeah, no. If you voted for Trump, you cannot take part in this operation. This is going to have a huge ripple effect. There's a lot of guys I've talked to that are in the service that are getting the fuck out, and I don't blame them. When I came in, you had to do 20 years, so you're guaranteed a pension for the rest of your life. So you dealt with the pain, the constant moving around, injuries, the supreme uncomfort. Do you think it's comfortable walking through a triple canopy jungle with clouds of insects drinking a quart of your blood an hour? Fuck no!
Probably not.
But you're like, hey, 20 years from now, I retire, I'm done. I can do the... Now, they took that away. They gave these guys a 401k thing. these guys are going to get out of. It's not even worth it anymore. It's not, and I highly advise anyone watching this show, if you want to go in the military, go in for 2, 4, 6 years tops, one enlistment to get your GI Bill, and get the fuck out and get on with your life. Because it's run by idiots, and women are getting put in charge who shouldn't be there, and
They got to fill their quota, right?
we got to fill their quota. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. You know, I hate to say that, but you know, it is what it is. Go in for 2, 4, 6 years, get your GI Bill, or learn a marketable skill in the Navy. Because you know, listen, you go in the Navy, you can learn you can be an electrician, you can be a pipe fitter, you can HVAC. I mean, there's all kinds of trades you can do there. And once you have that MOS and you get out of the service, you can walk right to the union hall. In your prior service, they'll put you the top band for jobs and getting into the union. Just saying.
Nice. Yeah, it's the.
Sorry about that.
It's like affirmative action participation trophy culture, basically on a macro scale.
I'm telling you right now, if I was there and they came up and talked to me, I'd be like, who the fuck are you? You're the FBI. I don't work for you. Fuck off. I've done that before, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I've had guys from alphabet agencies show up and try to tell me shit. I'm like, I look right in the face and go fuck yourself. I don't fucking know you. I don't work for you, bitch. And if you have a problem with that, I got a platoon of armed guys here. We'll cut you in half.
Cool.
They didn't like that. I got yelled at, but there's really nothing.
Well, you know, I mean, what are they going to do?
He's not my chain of command. I can
they're
talk to you however the fuck I want.
They're not going to cut your heart out and show it to you. You get chewed out. You've been chewed out before.
Oh, fuck, I've been chewed out a lot. I used to grade. They used to hate chewing me out because after it was over, I'd be like, you know, sir, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give you about an 8 on this chew out. Yeah, there wasn't enough eye contact. Your threats were somewhat empty. Yeah, you could do better. And they always flip out. Get the fuck out of my office, Pop! Ah! I just laughed.
The other thing too, I mean, when you've been chewed out by the best,
Yeah.
and someone in your life is fucking up, you know, maybe you love them, maybe you don't, but you care a little bit. You knew what worked for you,
Yeah.
so you're not gonna soft shoe them.
No.
You're not gonna sugarcoat shit. You're gonna talk to them the way that the best chew out artists talk to you.
Correct. Listen,
Hence, mom, you're a fucking god! Get your fucking shit in order, Ben! I'm gonna take that credit card and I'm gonna shove it up your ass!
there's nothing I could do, man. She is what she is.
Well,
Well,
at
like,
this point, she's not gonna change.
No. But like in the military with the Tower of Power, I could deflect bad mojo from lieutenant colonels and below. Full colonels were a different story, and generals impossible. I've only been yelled at by 2 generals, and one was a semi yell at. It was like a half fucking,
Half fucking.
and the other one was
Just
a
the tip.
full on. You know, just oh man, I barely got
Four-alarm.
out of that one.
4-alarm ass chewing.
I barely got out of that one. Ooh.
Chewed you a Charlie Brown ghost ass.
Yeah, but you know,
You shit, it looks like a fountain.
the only reason I can't even talk about this is covered by a non-disclosure agreement.
Of course.
The only reason I didn't get flushed is because I was doing the right thing.
There you go.
And I talk about this in my book. If you have a subordinate who does the right thing, you know, you're out of your goddamn mind if you hammer that guy for doing the right thing.
Yeah,
Because that'll blow up in your face down the road.
absolutely.
Yep.
And really, I mean, I think now especially, because we do live in that instant gratification, affirmative action, participation, trophy culture, people who do the right thing when no one is looking are becoming more and more a rare breed.
Yes, they are. They really are. I mean, I try to be that guy.
Yeah.
I really do.
Because most people nowadays just want to appear like they're doing the right thing in front of an audience.
And what is the word for that?
Virtue signaling.
Virtue signaling.
Yep.
Correct.
Which is why, you know, you'll see Leonardo DiCaprio go on stage and tour the world in his 3 private jets and, you know, and gas-powered yachts and shit like that, giving speeches about how everyone else needs to reduce their carbon footprint.
Yes.
But him.
But
You know?
him.
the same people who think that, dudes like you and I who understand that the climate, weather, progresses in cycles, and that the sun is 1,000,000 times more powerful than every man and woman on this earth combined and all the shit that we could possibly do to it.
Correct.
Yeah, we're the ones who need to go to jail, but yet we're statistically far more likely to recycle
Yes.
and reduce our carbon footprint than the people who just bitch about it.
We are going through 2 red lights right now.
But it's okay because that cop over there is busy.
Thank God. What are you going to do?
But that is the culture, They want to appear like they're doing the right thing, and they want you to sugarcoat it when you confront them. But at the end of the day, people are still going to do whatever it is their nature tells them to do behind closed doors.
Correctamundo.
So yeah, that's why, especially because, society tends to reward, bearers of the vagine for their bad behavior. That's why women, even as old as your mom, are just going to be like, meh.
Yeah,
It
someone will
doesn't matter.
bail me out.
I've got a safety net. Yeah,
Yeah.
a 70-year-old dude who fucks up his finances like that doesn't get a safety net.
No, you're going to see him swirling a sign on the side of the road for like Subway.
Yeah.
And you know what? The way the country's going now, we are going to be tanked. Everyone's going to be broke. It's gonna suck.
Yep.
Get ready for that.
And the people at the top who orchestrated it all are going to think they're above it all until the serfs storm their house at 1 o'clock in the morning with pitchforks and torches.
Oh, there won't be pitchforks and torches.
I'm being
Yeah,
metaphorical,
I know.
okay?
Yeah. They're going to get emergency chiropractic treatment.
We're going to go full Mary Shelley and light your windmill on fire, motor fornicators.
Yeah, I mean, this is just crazy.
Yeah, because this country is Frankenstein's monster.
I'm scared, man.
It's not gonna. We're in for some dark times.
Yes, we are.
And the people in our lives who made it all possible.
Fuck 'em.
Well, fuck them for one thing, but I don't necessarily think that they're all bad people. But I do think that they are useful idiots. And most of them they're just easily manipulated by propaganda, and that's made even easier by the fact that over the last, few decades, the left has used the media to convince everybody that politics is a moral argument. When you do that, you create one section of the population that's going to react to everything emotionally and think that that is completely justified, and it makes them immune to facts.
Yes.
Because it's an emotional argument. They've been told that the other side, the reason they think what they do is because they're evil, fascist, Nazi dictator wannabes. So you can't listen to them.
Nope.
Just listening to them means that you could get radicalized. We need to ban all the speeches. Way.
Now, they're all saying like Trump was some Nazi and all. Look who is cutting people out of the conversation.
Look who's burning books.
That's what Hitler did in the 30s, ramping up to World War II.
Yep.
There's a lot of parallels going on here.
Oh yeah, they pulled religion out of the home. They pulled religion out of the education system.
Yep.
When you do that, you take away any higher allegiance to anything but the state.
Correct.
And then you demonize one section of the population and you say they're to blame for your lot in life.
And this is really going to blow your mind. I can't even talk about some of the stuff I'm involved in or what I think or believe on the phone in front of my family.
Because they're insane.
They'll
go crazy.
They're gone. They're lost. And it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the same thing in my family. I got a pole smoker in my family who
oh God,
has no idea why he thinks the things that he does, but he will even go on to his deceased mother's Facebook account just to post "fuck Trump."
Yeah.
Like, okay, and then I would just recently, somebody posted on Facebook, just what are the inevitable consequences of Biden's economic plans? This is what it looks like.
Yep.
And it's just a very simple breakdown. Of course, first shit happening. Well, Trump. Oh yeah, we're going to see the results of the Trump tax cuts. Oh, you mean the ones where Amazon paid federal corporate income tax for the first time ever because he took away all the loopholes for the big tech companies and corporations?
Good.
You didn't hear about that on the news, which is why they think that Biden allowing those tax cuts to lapse is going to be Trump's fault. They've already been buttering the bread on one side, just waiting for that. They're already talking about it. Well, this is going to happen while Biden's in office, but it's Trump's fault. It's really the results of his tax cuts. Like, no, it's the result of you allowing those to lapse. And then they want to, of course, we're going to forgive student debt. And we've got a caravan of like 9,000 fucking economic a-holes walking up from Guatemala or some shit. They're demanding that President Biden stand by his principles.
Yep.
For free slave labor for the Republicans and the Democrats in Congress.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm envisioning a very dark time for this country for the next 10 years.
Yes.
And I or you, we might not live to see the end of it. It's going to get that bad.
It's going to get very bad.
I hope it doesn't. I really do.
I hope that people wake up.
But
But it was just reading the responses to Biden's economic plans from these useful idiots who just digest everything they're told because they've been convinced it's a moral argument.
Yep.
Wow. I'm amazed. It's like it suddenly clicked why these people have so much energy to go out and burn, loot, and murder for 8 months straight. It's because they live their life fucking asleep. If I got that much sleep, I'd have energy to burn, loot, and murder too. Fuck. You're walking around and you're talking, but you're not awake.
The people that are doing that are zealots.
Ugh. Unplug from the Matrix, you dumb mother fornicators.
Listen, I'm envisioning states removing themselves from the union, people flocking to different areas of the country, and then once it's that polarized, the two-way rifle range will begin.
It shall begin.
And then instead of ballots, you're going to get bullets.
Yep. And I guarantee you, those 2 million plus new gun owners who saw trouble coming down the pipe, they're not going to be on the side of the big tech corporations doing all the censoring,
No.
Because, we're going to talk endlessly about how it's the billionaires not paying their fair share. That's why your problems exist. We would have free stuff if the billionaires would just pay their taxes. So you vote in a guy who's going to make sure the billionaires don't pay their taxes because, we're going to be going back into the Obama economic times.
Well, because, the elected president has been bought and paid for.
But it's only certain billionaires, you notice that?
Yeah.
If there's Silicon Valley big tech billionaires who have our government bought, sold, and paid for to where there's basically a codependent reliance there, Silicon Valley greases the wheels of the government to make sure that they don't go to jail for doing all the shit that they do illegally on behalf of the government so the government can circumvent the Constitution. Kind of like they do with family court.
Yeah, they've been doing that for decades.
Yeah, the government can't censor you in this country because we have a constitution, but private companies can, even though they're tax subsidized.
Correct, and they're using an infrastructure that was paid for by the taxpayers.
Dollars. Yep. And now Biden wants to go back into the Paris Accords and let illegal immigrants into the country and do all this stuff. So basically what we have now is a crippled job market and a crippled economy, thanks to Democrat governors. And now you want to introduce 11 million illegal immigrants into that job market. What do you think is going to happen to an economy that's already under stress when you dilute the job market with 11 million new potential workers? I'm just asking for a friend.
Just asking for a friend.
If you think it's going to go well for you and everybody's a winner because we all get a trophy.
Everyone's a winner and everyone gets a chicken dinner.
You got some bad news coming to you. Or what is that? What does Jack say in The Shining? You got a big surprise coming to you.
Yes,
Oh,
sorry.
all over your Miss Piggy faces.
I don't know, man. This whole fucking thing is just, I just can't, I never thought I lived this, well, I'm going to be honest, I've been expecting this since I was 19. I knew this was coming.
You just hoped that you'd be too old for it when the time came.
I was hoping I'd be like in my late 70s, and I'd be like, what can I do? Just gonna take my early dirt nap, and that'd be that.
You could be the guy in the control room on the.
See, but
on
no,
the headset.
I gotta fucking get involved, do some stupid shit. I gotta fucking be the voice for fucking people out there, and maybe give them some advice, coach you.
Yep, and that's why we're gonna start doing this live all the time.
Because guys like me, right? I'm a former Green Beret. Very rare. I mean, the amount of pounding and bullshit I was able to endure, and all of the fucking countless tax dollars and resources expended in my making, they can't unmake me. They're gonna kill me. There's a lot of guys out there like me. A lot of guys that like me who swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States to defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yep.
And a lot of men are going to be called forward to honor their oaths.
Yeah, there's a lot of veterans out there, and when the U.S. government decides to just completely pull the veil back, most of us can already see that the curtain has been pulled back, and
it's on its way
the
back.
emperor has no clothes. But they're about to live out the plot of every Mission Impossible movie ever.
Okay, and statistically speaking, every government in the world, given enough time, goes off the rails.
And usually the people who have to rein it back in are the same ones that they invested all of that tax dollars and time into training.
Yes, that is correct.
Don't you love it when people are the engineers of their own inevitable destruction?
It's
almost poetic.
I mean, they're already talking about rounding up Trump supporters and putting them in camps.
Of course, yeah. The same people who say they want unity and bring the country together still want to punish you for having a different opinion than them.
Correct.
Legally. And now Cuomo is talking about doing literal concentration camps in New York for COVID patients? For like a forced quarantine area? Wow.
That is insane.
But Orange Man's the Nazi.
And the disease is not that lethal.
No.
We've already talked about this.
Another couple mutations, it'll be just another common cold.
It's another common cold. Like right now.
It basically, for 99.97% of the population, it already is. Actually, how about this? For 20% of the population, it already is, because the other 80% get it and never know they have it.
I never knew I had it. I got the antibody.
But it's the deadliest thing ever, and we need to lock down the country and completely destroy our economy so we can hit the reset button on the World Bank and fuck everything up. Wait.
Well, what they want to do, all right, the World Bank or the Fed, it is running out of steam. It's going to fail. They want it to fail so they can reset the clock and start over.
But that means erasing everyone's wealth who doesn't have it tied up
in something
else,
hard
or something
asset.
Physical, yeah.
Or better yet, the government's just gonna one day all of the money you have in the bank is gonna be gone. We needed it to pay the debt. Thank you.
Yep.
All that work and all that blood, sweat, and tears gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is your share of the debt, even though we're the ones who racked it up.
Yeah. So we could do it again, kind of like my mother.
A little bit, yeah.
So stupid.
I'm sorry, but if, let's say I want to go out to a fancy dinner, right?
Fancy dinner.
It's my decision to go out to a fancy dinner. In fact, it's my decision to go and take out a group of my friends. I have 3 dudes. We rack up one hell of a fucking bar tab. Okay?
Yes, we can.
Now, what would you say if I snuck into your house in the middle of the night and then just, cracked open your bug-out bag of goodies, grabbed a bunch of cash, and then took it to pay my bar tab? Would you or would you not want to beat my ass?
Oh, whew. Yeah, that would.
And you'd be entitled to it. But that is what the U.S. government will inevitably wind up doing to its citizens.
That's correct.
That's what they do already.
They're doing already.
Well, if you don't pay your taxes, that you're constitutionally not even supposed to pay because, it was ruled unconstitutional in 1912 to pay income taxes. Yeah, we're just going to send a SWAT team to your house. Well, where's the law that says that I have to pay? No, SWAT team. Well, but I just wanted a SWAT team. Guns, ammunition, fire, blood on the highway.
But if 80 million people decide, you know what, we're not paying our taxes, fuck off. You're not going to be able to pay the SWAT team.
Not so much.
And, indirectly, you're putting the weenie in the weenie.
Yeah, at that point, you're talking about wealth confiscation. You're talking about complete totalitarianism.
Correct.
And we're almost there.
And we are, yes, we are. We are on the road to that.
This is a snowball that is gathering momentum, not slowing down.
Not snowing down. This isn't a cocaine addict who's running out of steam.
No. And
This
half
is the
the
real
country,
deal.
the participation trophy enthusiasts who think that everybody's a winner and the government should pay for everything, they've actually been convinced that it's a good idea.
Correct.
Because it's a moral argument.
Yes. The reason why we have a problem with homeless and also their shit going on is because the jobs that they could have been long since shipped to China and Vietnam, Cambodia, that area.
Yep.
That's where your jobs went. It's absolutely insane that people are picketing in front of McDonald's asking for a living wage.
Yep. But then that drives down job totals too, so you're adding more stress onto the job. I want $15 an hour. Okay, well that means that we need to start charging $5 for a hamburger. What?
Yeah, that's right.
How dare you?
Like if you go to Five Guys Burgers and Fries,
Yeah.
for 3 people, you're stuck like a $32 bill for burgers and fries.
But they're good burgers and fries.
Oh no, don't
bro.
get me wrong, they are good. But I can't,
They got the best French fries out there.
I'm not a fan of their fries. I'm
Really?
not a fan of any French fries actually.
Really? Why not?
Just never acquired the taste for it.
But hash browns. You like hash browns?
Yes, if they're real.
And
They got to be extra crispy.
And you get pissed if it's 10:45 and you can't get one.
That's right.
Wait.
That's bullshit. No, it was
fucking
11:03.
11:03.
Yeah.
We stopped serving breakfast at 11.
At 11.
Wait, the last time I was here, you said you stopped serving breakfast at 11:30. So which one is it?
Well, they used to serve it all day. Like you get hash browns at 3 o'clock in the afternoon if I wanted.
That's like, dude, seriously, you want to know what the absolute maximum amount of effort it possibly takes to make a hash brown at Whack Arnold's? Okay,
30
you
seconds.
got a bag full of frozen hash browns
Already
right there next
made.
to the fryer. Already made, okay? Drop them in. You can go do something else. You come back a minute later, dump them into a thing, sprinkle some salt on them, throw it in a wax sleeve. Here you go, 99 cents. That's
Boom.
it.
There you go. Not a big deal.
And those are the people who want $15 an hour.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes. I don't get it. I mean,
I don't know. We did come in this car today with an article in mind, but I think we're going to have to save it for the next Ride and Roast.
because
We went off in the weeds, but it was good.
Well, I'm trying to tell these guys about the real effects of feminism. I've seen it play out, and like my mother had me brainwashed about how I should interact with women, and it took me till I was like, I don't know, in my mid-20s to realize that that's. And even then, I didn't wake all the way up until I went to divorce court and got fucked over.
Because they don't tell you the truth.
Oh no.
They tell you the kind of guy they know they want to wind up marrying. And also, they also don't want you judging them. If your mom actually sat you down and told you the truth and said, if you're a weapons-grade dick who acts like you are God's gift to women, and then you go around and you just bang everything in sight, women will want to bang you. Worked on me. Why do you think I'm old and lonely? You would judge her for that. You'd be like, my mom's a slut.
Oh, God, yeah, she was. Are you kidding?
But instead, they tell you about the men that they want to end up with eventually, after
Correct.
they've experienced some consequences from those decisions. But keep in mind, still not their fault.
Well, they actually use this term, practice husband.
Yeah. Oh, he'll make a great first husband. I hear that shit at weddings all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what the fuck are you thinking? There's a lot of guys waking up and not doing that.
But yeah, we are in a downward spiral thanks to half of the population actually believing that politics is a moral argument.
Correct.
and thinking that the people at the top who are in bed with multinational billionaire conglomerate corporations, using those corporations to enforce unconstitutional laws on everybody by censoring their speech, preventing them from gathering. Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna work.
that's totally gonna work. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Inevitably, it's all gonna explode. It's just a matter of whether you're at ground zero or not.
The thing is, we could prevent it if enough people would just wake the fuck up.
I think this last year successfully woke up a lot of people, but unfortunately, the people who want to stay asleep really love their fucking sleep.
Yeah.
And they're the kind of people who, if you try to wake them up from their dream, will sit up and punch you in the face and lay back down.
Yes. A certain activity that took place in the beginning of November was completely stolen.
A little bit.
Okay, now, I try to talk to my friends about this, and they're like, no, it was totally. I'm like, listen,
No.
I run a show. I talked to a lot of people on the ground who saw it firsthand. I hypothetically got my hands on data,
Allegedly.
allegedly, that, from a certain area in Michigan that communicated to another country server and then back again on the very same night of certain activity. And they're like, oh, no. They think I'm some kind of zealot because I believe in the Constitution.
And you also believe in what your own two eyes tell you when you see irrefutable video evidence from multiple states and counties.
Correct.
Proving that it all happened.
Oh, it is insane.
That there is no cure for the kind of stupid that allows somebody who believes that billionaires are the problem and yet has no trouble swallowing every drop of bazooka juice from corporate cock when it tells them there's no proof of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane.
Oh, we're going to keep you safe from yourselves by censoring speech on the internet. The reason why we're censoring is because these people are radicalized. They're terrible people.
I'm so sick.
Yeah. We need to deplatform Parler because it's a den of extremists, never mind the fact that everybody at the Capitol protest organized on Twitter. We're just going to disregard. And Facebook. We're just going to disregard that. We're going to disregard reality because the fantasy lets us do what we want.
Yeah, they're going after Gab as well.
Yep.
Though I'm not a fan of Gab because they deleted my shit for no reason, but who am I?
Oh, well. But just remember, we're going down this road, and sooner or later, it's going to be too late to hit the brakes before the whole thing careens over the cliff.
That's right. I'm just waiting. It's coming.
Yep.
I can feel it.
But we're not going to be in that car because we're riding in this one.
Yeah.
So you guys, take it easy. Pack your bug-out bags.
Watch my videos. Get smart.
Yes. But turn your assets into something tangible as soon as you can. Because it's not going to end well.
Nope.